Leon, it's been 6 hours since our last transmission. I was starting to get worried.
Don't you mean lonely? Anyway, I started to feel dizzy, and then I guess I must have lost consciousness.
Lost consciousness? Maybe that has some connection to what the village chief was talking about.
Can't say. But I'm alright now. I'm gonna continue my mission.
Hey, what's up everyone? Nick here. Welcome back to my Resident Evil 4 Professional Difficulty No Damage walkthrough. We are moving on. We are now officially done with all of Chapter 1, and we are moving on to Chapter 2. And as you can imagine, we are starting with Chapter 2-1. Now, you're going to exit this house. Instead of going down the normal path, you can actually return to the boat. So remember, in the last level, this is the same little body of water that we faced off against Del Lago. But now a new part of the area is accessible. So you see off in the distance the two blue flames. As always, those blue flames will represent a merchant in the area. And so you can take the opportunity to go and visit the merchant before this level begins. Now, is this step here absolutely necessary? No, not at all. But if you have any treasures that you want to sell, if you know, even though this is a no damage playthrough, yours might not be, so maybe you need a first aid spray. You know, there could be a number of reasons why you would want to visit the merchant. And so I'm just kind of showing you that it is possible to do it right now before all of the combat begins. And as an added bonus, there's actually a treasure in this area, so you'll notice we kind of snuck around the merchant's shack, and by pushing aside these big boxes, we're on the roof right now, and there's like a little maze made out of these rope paths, and right there in the barrel was a green gem. So you know, it does kind of pay. And then this is actually kind of funny. You can drop down into the merchant's area and stand right next to him, which I thought was pretty funny the first time I discovered that. Now we're going to sell some things. You'll see once again I was able to combine the green, yellow, and red herbs, so that sells for 10,000. I'll also sell my green herbs. And then, of course, right now I'm not going to need... I don't think I buy anything right now. I could be wrong. I think maybe I buy the TMP at this point. Yes. So, at this point, I buy the TMP. And I'll talk about weapons a little more specifically later on in the video. But what I will say right now is I have 4 weapons. I have the Punisher pistol, I have the TMP, I have the shotgun, and I have the rifle. I will be selling the shotgun and the rifle near the end of Chapter 2 / in the beginning of Chapter 3. So you don't want to focus too much on upgrading those weapons. You could upgrade the shotgun if you'd like, but not too much. And the reason you might want to upgrade the shotgun a little bit is because it comes in handy during the cabin defense sequence, which will come in the next chapter. It also comes in handy during the Big Cheese boss fight, which comes in Chapter 2-3. But the rifle... don't waste any money upgrading the rifle, because as soon as we get to Chapter 3, we're going to buy the better rifle, and so you don't want to dump a bunch of money into the regular rifle, because it's not a very good weapon, and we're going to ditch it as soon as possible. Now right here, I alluded to this in a previous video, but this is the Las Plagas parasite, and on professional difficulty, these parasites occur much more frequently. So what we're going to do is we're just going to run past these 2 enemies. Just run right by them. You're never going to have to worry about them again. Just run right past them. It's really pretty easy. But yeah, so now that the parasite has been introduced, basically what will happen is every once in a while it's kind of generated randomly, but there are certain enemies that will always spawn a parasite. But every once in a while from now on, when you kill an enemy, a parasite will actually emerge from their head, and there are 3 different types of parasites. In my opinion, this first one that we're introduced to is the most deadly, but yeah, on professional difficulty, it's more frequent that you're going to see the parasites. Now, to kill a parasite, you know, you could shoot it, obviously. You could shoot it a bunch. Typically, it takes 1 rifle shot to put down, a couple shotgun blasts, a lot of pistol ammo. The best way, an instantaneous way to kill a parasite is to use a flashbang. However, flashbangs are what I consider to be probably your most important resource in this entire game. So you don't want to go, you know, using a flashbang every time you run across a parasite. You really want to hold on to those things for when they matter the most. So for the most part, during this walkthrough, whenever I come across a parasite, you're going to see me shoot one round from my rifle into it, and that will also be an instant kill, especially once you upgrade the rifle. Again, not the rifle I have now, but the rifle we pick up in the future. Once you start to upgrade that weapon, it will take out the parasites very quickly. And again, you know, we're just now being introduced to the parasites, so this is something that we will have a lot of time to think about, and you can adapt your strategy accordingly. Now, we're going to come to this area here where we see this, this water, and we shoot down those 3 boxes to build ourselves a little bridge. And what's going to happen is we are going to climb up this ladder to turn a lever, and that lever is going to block off the waterfall. And when that happens, you'll notice right now we're basically free of all enemies. There's nothing here that's currently threatening us, but in a matter of seconds, as we make our way down, we are going to be ambushed by a number of enemies, and I'm going to show you the best way to kill them all very quickly using pretty much the minimum amount of ammo as possible. It's going to basically rely on a couple pistol rounds and then a couple shotgun blasts. And our goal here, so our goal is to shoot them into the water. Now, the downside of shooting enemies into the water is you lose any items that they might drop. So for example, if you were to kill an enemy, they might drop treasure, they might drop ammo. So the downside of shooting enemies into the water is that you're going to miss out on any items they drop, but the plus side is you're going to save a lot of ammo to begin with, so, you know, it ends up evening out. So right here you see we're going to get ambushed. I'm going to immediately turn around, jump back over these boxes, and now watch what I do here. I'm going to let the enemies come up to this first box here. So check this out. He jumps over, I'm going to shoot him in the knees, and I'm just going to start shooting all of these guys in the knees so that they fall down. And my reason for doing this is I want to get as many enemies on this first box as possible. I'm going to take out the shotgun, and now check this out. 2 blasts from the shotgun. Everyone's dead. Most of them flew into the water. So you can see there was quite a few enemies right there, and I was able to dispatch all of them with, I didn't count, but like 6 to 8 shots from my pistol and 2 shots from my shotgun. So that's a very, very efficient way to handle that fight. That's an area that you don't really want to run around. There's too much risk trying to run around all of those enemies. There's just too many. A lot of them are throwing hatchets. So that's an area where you do want to stand your ground and fight, but as always, there is an intelligent way to do so.
I've obtained an object that resembles the cult group's insignia.
Wonderful, Leon. Head back to the church. Ashley's safety is our immediate priority.
So guys, real quick, I just want to mention, I think for those of you who have been following my channel for a while, you can always tell when I'm very passionate about a walkthrough that I'm doing, because the tone of my voice is different. There's a higher inflection. You can hear the excitement coming from my voice, and I would bet that you can hear that same excitement in all of the videos so far. In fact, even though I only release these videos once a day, I've actually recorded all 4 videos so far. I've recorded all of the commentary almost in one sitting. That's how excited I am about this walkthrough. You know, sometimes I will do a walkthrough and doing the commentary just feels like a chore, but that is not the case for this project here. And I just wanted to throw that in there because, yeah, I really just am loving this project so far, and I hope you guys are too. Now I'm going to sell some treasures once again. Again, remember I bought the TMP. If you haven't bought it, I recommend buying it now. And I also recommend upgrading it a little bit because it's going to come in handy for the boss fight that we're about to encounter. Now, I'm going to upgrade the shotgun a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit here and there when I have a little bit of extra money. Now, you're going to see right here, I'm also going to upgrade the Punisher. The Punisher, we are going to, I'm gonna have this pistol for the entire game, so it does pay to upgrade it here and there, but the rifle you see I'm not going to upgrade at all because it's already strong enough for what we need it to do. And like I said, we're going to be ditching the rifle in Chapter 2-3. And the reason we're going to be ditching the rifle is because we're actually going to pick up a rocket launcher in that level. And in order to clear space for it, we're going to ditch the rifle. But like I said, I have planned out every single detail that you see in this walkthrough. Every time I upgrade a weapon, every time I buy something, every time I sell something, I planned it out in advance. And you're going to see in the future, the reason I sold the rifle at the point where I sold it is because I knew that I would be buying the better rifle the very next level. So everything is planned out. Let's take on this boss.
¡Rápido! 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 ¡Usa los músculos! ¡Rápido! ¡Apúrense! ¡Por aquí! ¡Rápido! ¡Rápido! ¡Por aquí! ¡Por aquí! ¡Ay! ¡Se vuelve loco! ¡Mierda!
Alright guys, so to start off this boss fight, I always like to use the TMP because it's a very fast firing weapon. It holds a lot of ammo, you don't have to reload it very frequently. And like you saw, before this boss fight occurred, I did use a little bit of treasure to upgrade it slightly. Not a lot, but just enough to get it a little extra firepower. And so I'm just going to try to shoot El Gigante in the face as much as I can. After you shoot him enough times, you'll see this little animation where the parasite emerges from his back. You're going to run up to him, and you're going to be prompted to press a couple QuickTime buttons to start hacking and slashing at the parasite. Now, to kill him, you're going to have to do this a total of 3 times. You're going to want to button mash as fast as you can, because I believe if you don't button mash fast enough, it actually takes 4 times instead of 3. And right here, this is a very, very cool thing that the developers did. If you remember way back in the first level of the game, we came across this wolf that was caught in a bear trap. And you don't have to do this, but you can take the time to free the wolf from the trap. And if you do so, it will actually come and help you out in this boss fight. So you're going to see the wolf is running around, and it does a really good job at distracting El Gigante so that we can just unload into him without worrying. And so anytime El Gigante starts to look at you, what you're going to want to do is run in the direction of the wolf. And if you do that, hopefully, it doesn't work all the time, but hopefully, so you'll see the wolf is just kind of standing there. So I'm going to stand over by the wolf, and my hope is that when El Gigante comes over to attack me, he'll get distracted by the wolf, allowing me to unload some extra shots into him. Now you see that I've run out of TMP ammo, so I'm going to resort to using the pistol. Again, like I said, everything in this walkthrough is planned out. There is a reason I am using the pistol instead of the shotgun. I am trying to save as much shotgun ammunition as I can, specifically for Chapter 2, the next level, where we do the cabin defense sequence, but also shotgun ammo is going to come in handy way later in the game in Chapters 3, 4, 5, and 6. You don't really need the shotgun as much in these early chapters as you do in the later chapters. So I am intentionally trying to save as much shotgun ammunition as I can. In all honesty, sure, it might make this fight a little tougher for you, but I promise you in the long run, you're going to be very thankful that you saved shotgun ammo. So instead, I'm going to weaken him with my rifle, and now I'm going to take out the pistol to finish the job. Once in a while, he'll swing a tree at you. Very easy attack to dodge, just do the QuickTime event. And then we're going to resort back to shooting him. There you go, this is the 3rd time that the parasite will emerge. Now, I did mention earlier that a flashbang will instantly kill a parasite. That is not the case for El Gigante. So, unfortunately, with this boss fight, there's no trick, there's no glitch that you can use to kill this guy instantaneously. He kind of is just a bullet dumpster. You just got to unload a lot of ammunition into him. But again, like I said earlier in this video, there are certain times, as much as I can in the game, I will make an effort to dodge a fight. I'll try to run around enemies, to try to escape a fight so that I don't have to waste ammunition. But like it or not, there are certain times where you are going to have to use ammo. There's just no other way around it. But even when those times occur, there is a smart way to approach it, and there is a dumb way to approach it. And you know, I don't know necessarily what the dumb ways are, and I'm certainly not going to call anyone else's approach dumb. But in my mind, what I just did here is kind of the smart way to do it. You know, I knew that I wanted to save shotgun ammo, so I intentionally used my other weapons. First the TMP, because I knew I wasn't going to need that as much, and then the pistol and the rifle. But I tried to avoid using the shotgun at all costs. And again, this all kind of just goes back to my earlier message that everything you see in this walkthrough has been planned out. You know, this is not just a professional difficulty playthrough. I didn't just pick up the game and start recording. I practiced every level, sometimes more than once, just to ensure that I could, you know, give you guys the best strategies, the best advice, the best approaches. And the thing about Resident Evil 4, you know, look at it with a game like Gears of War or Call of Duty. Every single level you start off with a fresh gun, and ammo is never really hard to come by. A game like Resident Evil, that is not the case. The ammo that you start the game with could very well last you the entire game. That's just kind of how it works. It's a survival horror game. You have to utilize your resources. And so that alone kind of calls for the fact that you need to plan out things in advance. You need to know what you're getting yourself into. Now right here, don't go too far. I'm going to pull out the rifle, and you're going to see there's a dog, a Cerebus enemy in front of me, so I'm going to shoot it once in the face. Now unfortunately, because I didn't upgrade the rifle, one shot's not going to kill it, it's going to take two. Luckily it stopped right in front of me. I missed the second shot, so hopefully you're a better shot than me and you can put it down in two. But you can see there, even if you happen to miss, you should have enough time to pull off a third shot. Now right here I'm going to equip a grenade. I'm not going to actually use the grenade, but I'm going to run past the next two dogs. So there's one, there's two. Just run right past them, up the stairs, and through this door. Very simple to do. It looks like it might be challenging, but it's actually very simple to dodge those dogs. However, for some reason I found that it's not easy to dodge all three. It's much easier to dodge those two. So you will, or I do recommend you kill the first one. And the reason you don't want to run too far up is because if you run too far up, that will trigger all three of them to start attacking you. Whereas if you do it the way I did it, only one will attack you instead of three. Anyway, guys, we are now in the church. There are no more enemies for us to fight in this level. However, there is going to be one little puzzle to solve. So you're going to first break these two barrels and hope that you get some treasure or ammo, or look at that, an incendiary grenade. Excellent. And now we're going to do the puzzle. Very simple here. You just have to align the red, green, and blue lights to the symbol in the center. So for the red one, you're going to turn it twice. The green one, you're going to turn it 3 times. And then the blue one, you are going to turn once, I believe. Then go ahead and click combine. And voila, the puzzle is solved. And we're going to be able to go through that door and meet Ashley Graham, the daughter of the president. For some reason, Leon forgot her name at the beginning of the game, but let's check this out.
Ashley!
Don't come!
Hey! Take it easy.
No! Get away!
Calm down. Everything's going to be just fine. My name's Leon. I'm under the President's order to rescue you.
What? My father?
That's right. And I have to get you out of here. Now come with me. It's Leon. I've succeeded in extricating my subject.
Good work, Leon. I'll send a chopper over right away.
Where's the extraction point?
There's another trail that you can take to get out of the village. The chopper will pick you up beyond there.
Got it. I'm on my way.
Alright guys, so now we also take control of Ashley. By pressing R1, you can tell her to stop or follow you. One useful thing, and I learned this the hard way in a later level, whenever you have to start knifing things like barrels or crates or enemies, you might want to just play it safe and tell Ashley to wait, because there was one point in the game where I accidentally knifed her. Even though she was standing behind me, somehow Leon's arm was able to stretch around far enough to where the knife hit Ashley. It instantly killed her, and I had to start the checkpoint over, so be careful.
I'll take the girl.
Who are you?
If you must know, my name is Osmond Sadler, the master of this fine religious community.
What do you want?
To demonstrate to the whole world our astounding power, of course. No longer will the United States think they can police the world forever. So, we kidnap the president's daughter in order to give her our power, and then send her back.
No. Leon, I think they shot something in my neck.
What did you do to her?
We just planted her a little gift. Oh, there's going to be one hell of a party when she returns home to her loving father. But before that, I thought I might bargain with the president for some donation. Believe it or not, it takes quite a lot of money to keep this church up and running.
Faith and money will lead you nowhere, Sadler.
Oh, I believe I forgot to tell you that we gave you the same gift.
When I was unconscious.
Oh, I truly hope you like our small but special contributions. When the eggs hatch, you will become my puppets. Involuntarily, you'll do as I say. I'll have total control over your minds. Don't you think this is a revolutionary way to promulgate one's faith?
Sounds more like an alien invasion if you ask me. You okay?
Leon, what's gonna happen to us?
Don't worry. We got into this mess. We can get out of it.
And there you have it, guys. That is the end of Chapter 2-1. Still no damage. Still professional difficulty. I hope you are enjoying this. As always, like and subscribe if you get the chance. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. I will see you in the next video, Chapter 2-2. Arguably, in my opinion, the most difficult chapter of the game to do no damage on. So we will see how that goes.